Viewer discretion is advised while watching this program. The thoughts and views expressed are solely those of the two hosts.
Dinner. A lot to fucking talk about. Missed a week. There's a lot of fucking dumb reasons. Here we are. Poor as fuck. Waiting for the Songbird. Ah, shit, I forgot to text him. That's on me. This is going to be a happy episode for me. A lot of dumb shit that happened to me past 27 hours. And, I'm sure Songbird had the time of his life. He went to fucking Graceland, basically. Graceland for... Fuck! Songbird?
Oh, fuck!
What's happening?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm recording already, too, so don't say any thing against the Jews or anything.
I'm froze!
Fuck, turn your like camera off and then on again. Just the button. Isn't there a button for it in the left-hand corner? Try that shit. I hear you. Yeah, there you go.
Hey, buddy. How you doing, fella?
Oh, man, I was just telling the camera. I was doing a little journaling before you got on because I was like, I'll just press record now. Because this is a fucking... Maybe some of... You know, it wasn't so bad until today, but some of the stupidest shit has happened to me in the last 3 days or so.
Since yesterday?
I mean, yesterday was better than today. Today really fell off a fucking cliff, but, you know, over the weekend...
Did you
the reason we didn't do a podcast over the weekend? Huh?
Did you encounter some of the Santa Maria sweat hogs?
Oh, I might as well have. Because I went to a place where they probably breed the sweat hogs. You could call them... Have you ever heard of a javelina?
I have not.
So that's what they have in the place I went, Tucson, Arizona. And I always heard the name Tucson, and I thought this must be like it's a well-known city, right? I don't know what it's known for, but I've heard the name Tucson a bunch. Like, this person's from Tucson. Tucson's a nice place. I'm sure it's great if you like the outdoors and you like to walk around places that have a bunch of fucking cactuses. There ain't shit to do there besides be outdoors. And I was staying with some outdoor lesbians, as my wife called them, and they were great. They're cool. I'm sure they love their life out there, but I don't know. To me, it reminded me like the town itself of like pretty much Santa Maria, but hotter and with cactuses, you know? Here I am in Tucson. It's pretty much just hot Santa Maria. The downtown was definitely better than Santa Maria's downtown. I don't even know what Santa Maria's downtown is, but that was cool. They had some breweries, but I'd give the beer there like 4 thumbs down. That one beer I had, maybe I picked the wrong beer, but the beer I had there, it had rosemary vanilla in it. They were like, yeah, this is one of our signature beers. Like, what the fuck is that? And then they had a Mexican lager that was like, it was like a basic Mexican lager. It was fine. And then I went to this other brewery and I was like, I'll take a hazy, and it was pretty mediocre. So I don't know. I don't want to call any of these people out by name, but overall, Tucson, the burger was okay. I had there. I went to a tiki bar that was okay. But overall, like, no reason to ever go there again unless they go visit these people. They were cool. They let us use their little pop-up camper to camp out in the front yard, and we got to stay inside the first day, so whatever. It was nice. They took us around a national park. It was cool, but not a lot to do. And I had what really soured me on the trip. he had to drive 6.5 fucking hours from Vegas to get there. And it's like, there's nothing in between, really. You get to Phoenix and it's still 2.5 hours. It's like, oh, fuck. It was, so the drive fucking sucked. I had to get drunk. I almost got hit by a car. We were going across the street from the tiki bar. This fucking, the signal started ending, but like, we're still in the intersection. This car with, not anybody else, but this car turning right. We were about to cross past him. He's like, and like almost like my wife was going slow. That's why I was behind her, trying to make sure I would get hit if anybody. Dude, like I had to like put my hand on the car. Like he skidded into me, and he's like acting like it's my fucking fault that he didn't stop for a pedestrian. Like I'm in the crosswalk and it just turned. Just because it's green doesn't mean you can hit a fucking person. Plus, I'm a white person too. He would have been in deep shit. And nah, I don't know. I'm just joking. But yeah, and then I'm just getting all this shit out of the way, and then I'll eat my dinner while you tell me about how you went to fucking the motherland or of probably another great fucking trip. It looked like, but so then today yesterday I get back to work. It's whatever. It's fine. Then today, I have an eye appointment, and apparently I'm a dumb motherfucker because I didn't know that you can't just. So in my experience, you don't wear glasses or contacts, right?
I have prescription sunglasses that I wear to
Okay,
play golf in.
okay. So in my experience, I have VSP insurance, eye insurance through my company, and I've had this in the past when I worked at Chumash, wherever else. So I'm a dumb motherfucker apparently, and assume that any eye place I go to, the exam is like a $10 copay, and the contacts will be covered up to like a certain
I know
amount,
where this
like
is going.
$100 they'll cover.
I know
Huh?
where this is going. I know where this is going.
So I pick a place near where I work because I need to do it while I'm at work because I work hours that none of the eye places are open any other hours. So I go, take time out of my work to go to this eye place. My lady wants to get fucking glasses too. Like, all right, great. So I do the eye exam. I get my fucking, the eye exam's the easiest eye exam ever. I'm like, my vision's the same. I just need a new prescription. I haven't gotten one in 2 years, and I can't buy contacts unless I do it online. And online, my insurance won't cover that. So I'm trying to get free shit right now through my insurance because I'm paying for insurance. So then they're like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. You're good. You're the same contact. Here's a sample contact, whatever. And I go up to the front. I got to look at this fucking bill. I haven't even looked at the bill yet. They're like, they start off, they're like, a year supply of contacts will be with your exam, $900. And I'm like, what? I don't want a year's supply. I want whatever's covered, and I will make do with that because I don't need to wear these things every fucking day. It's just when I wrestle or do something crazy, like be outside with sunglasses on in certain situations. So they get down to, they keep giving me tiers that like 400, and then finally the cheapest I can get that's covered, $160. How does this shit go from free to $160? And I was like, maybe is it the place? Like what? And I'm like, okay, maybe that's just what it costs now for me to go to the eye doctor, even though I'm paying $4 a paycheck or whatever for fucking eye insurance. They're like, it would have been $600, but it's 160. Like, what the fuck's going on? And my lady got glasses, and that was total was like 360 for the day. 360. I could have gone online, just paid $84. I was trying to save that $84 and ended up fucking myself. So then I talked to the UPS guy, and he's like, I did the same shit. I went to that place. That place, they charge a lot for whatever they're selling you, and then you get fucked. And then he said he went to some other place the next time, and it was free. So
Because that
I'm
place
currently.
is that place out of the network or whatever. It's
I
that,
asked.
that
I said, do you guys take VSP? And they're like, yeah. I've gone to like I went to Lens Crafters another time. I don't remember paying that much. My wife thinks she apparently paid some that time. I don't fucking know. I just thought, oh, insurance fucking sucks. I'm getting fucked here. but it's less than it would have been. But I'm pretty
You're
sure
getting fucked there.
I
Yeah,
just got
you are.
fucked. I learned my fucking lesson. Just buy shit
Yeah.
online. I don't need a prescription ever. It never changes either, so I didn't really need the exam. So I'm out 360 today because I'm a fucking idiot. So I mean, and I think I'm pissed because I always think like, oh, I could have bought some stupid shit for 360. Or I could have bought a WrestleMania ticket or some fucking thing. Here we are. And I'm
Is that
fucking poor. I don't have any fucking money. And then a 360 hits me.
is that the first time that you've used that insurance with?
Yeah, because I got it in November, and I was like, I need contacts. I'll go do this shit, see what happens. And maybe it's the insurance. I think the UPS guy's right though. I think this shop. It wasn't like super fancy, but it was like a big ass
I
building
think
and
it's
like
like the network providers and certain ones that you go to, they do take it. The one that you probably went to was out of the network, and that's where they fuck you really good.
I mean they said they take it like they
So
said
I've
it
had
would have been
interesting.
500 for just mine.
So I
But
had an
I don't know.
interesting thing. I had to go, since we're on this subject. I had to go to I went to the chiropractor, and they were really
Mhm.
friendly. And I used to go to the chiropractor quite frequently. And ever since I got the new insurance that I got 5 years ago, since I got promoted, that insurance really sucks. Shout out to
Mm.
really sucky insurance. So I found out that I have $1,000 deductible, and if I reach the $1,000 deductible, then everything's covered up to 80%.
Okay.
But I haven't reached that $1,000 in 5 years. Funny story. So
Yeah,
today
of
I
course you
went
have.
and I put 125 towards it.
Man, yeah, I mean, I know insurance is a stupid ass scam, but like you kind of got to have it, and especially like vision. Like if my vision was perfect, I wouldn't be getting that extra. It's $4 though, a paycheck. Who gives a shit? But also,
You
what
just
am
kind
I
of got to
paying for?
research. You just kind of got to research where to go. I mean, yeah, as a matter of that convenience that you had, but then unfortunately the convenience. And don't get me wrong, I'm not an advocate for insurance at all. Blue Cross, Ain't None, Penn Care, none of them. Fuck, those guys are the worst. But I mean, as a little bit older and wiser Jedi,
Yeah,
you kind of have to search around. And the question that I asked, when this happened to me a couple of years ago, when I got to when I had to go to the doctor and I got the bill for $600.
yeah,
You have to find the in-network provider of who accepts that insurance. You can email or you can call the number on the back of your card and ask them who, which is the in-network that I can go to use where I don't have to have
yeah.
any out-of-pocket expense.
Well, with I've never had that. I've had that with like, of course, medical, but
Correct.
vision and
But you think
vision,
vision would
dental
be
too.
like a slam dunk?
Vision's always like it's just well, you know what? Part of it was in Lompoc. There was a Shepherd Eye Center, and that was it. And when I had Chumash VSP, it was like, yeah, where else would you go? The shit's
Right.
covered. I asked, do you guys take VSP at this other one? And they're like, yeah. So I just assume, oh, it's part of it. But yeah, you're probably right. It's probably some kind of shit like that where they're part of it, but not part of it, and
Yeah, you find
they'll
out the
take it,
hard
but
way
it's
when you get that fucking bill,
yeah,
like
exactly.
like you found out today, obviously.
Here I am, fucking poor. So the moral of this story, I'm letting the cat out. Sorry, I
I'm gonna go get
grabbed
a
his shit.
drink. We have one. We'll take a little. I'm going to get a drink.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, the moral of this fucking story
Fuck insurance.
is something's gotta kick in. We the fucking podcast, the fucking wrestling career, the fucking making a movie, the challenge, got to get on the challenge and social media, got to make an Instagram for my wife and just put booty pics on there or something. Like something's got to give because this shit ain't cutting it. I don't make enough money at this fucking job, even though it's nice. There's got to be some outside fucking thing. I don't know where I would work other like unless Marky Mark just happens to be doing pull-ups in the park, and I give him a spot, and then he makes me his buddy, his entourage buddy. I think I'm fucked. So I don't know, man. You gotta get something going. I was trying to bulk
Uh,
up for 2 weeks, and now I'm trying to slim down. I'm doing a wrestling promo shoot on Sunday. It's me and some guy that I know from production work. That's gotta hit. Something's gotta fucking hit because
so
this is not
before
good.
you quit that job, I have several requests since like now I represent like the stuff that you've given me, and um, people know that I have a plug within the UFC, so people have like hit me up.
Yeah,
So if there's ever any extra XL stuff laying around, can you get me like a shirt or two of an XL?
yeah. I have a lot of that shit because I was. That's what I usually get is XL.
So if there's
That's
any
probably a bunch.
XLs laying around for special friend Manuel Hernandez, shout out to Manny. He's going to be having a baby. My friend from Paso that I worked with in Paso knocked up his girlfriend. He's having a baby soon.
Wow.
So that was the second thing. If there's any like onesies or baby shit laying around,
There, I do see it. There is some kind of onesie thing somewhere, but it's not stuff I can deal. I can touch. So
uh, that's a well. Get something meant for like a newborn or something, and I'll pay for that.
I'll let you know.
Hey, so get this. So you're
I
coming
don't
that
even know
week,
if they sell it.
the week before WrestleMania, right? That
Yeah,
Saturday
I
night
got some.
that Saturday night, like the 13th or the 12th, is UFC night, right?
Oh, really? Yeah. Every fucking weekend is a UFC night,
But
except
this that,
WrestleMania weekend. Probably.
but that week that you're coming is a pay per view,
Is it Miami?
Miami.
Yeah. I mean, for working there and sending shit, I don't know shit because I'm
It's
worried
kind of
about
a
the
sorry
stuff
ass
in the
card. Like
future.
Volkanovski's like the main. It's kind of a sorry.
Well, because what's his name? Spanish dude moved up, and now it's like an inter. It's pretty much an interim title, even though it's the main. It's like the new title, but it's two guys that are like it's Volkanovski, who I think he might be done, like
And
past his
he's 2 years
prime, and
past his prime. 2 years
yeah, I think
past.
and like Diego is good, but I don't think he's top tier good. So it's like two guys that are not good enough to really beat that Topuria, and Topuria just went up in weight. So it's gonna just be like it's kind of it should be a good card overall, but it's kind of like it's just kind of like I don't know.
The top is not very heavy.
Yeah,
So we've talked about the Donkey Crew in the past, and the Donkey Crew is known to watch the UFCs,
mm.
and that just happens to coincide with Ride or Die, Apostle Judah Matthew
Oh
coming to a town near me to grace me with his
yeah,
presence,
bless you.
and then that just happened to be we had made plans for Manny to have a little baby shower.
Oh
So
shit.
like we could have one freaking raging deal when the wolf if we invite the wolf pack and the donkey crew freaking combine. Could you imagine
Oh
the
man, that sounds
stories?
like an epic visit.
Yeah, that could be like
Uh,
Swamps Giving, Swamp Smiths, Donkey Crew, Wolf Pack, all mixed into one with a baby
and
shower. We might have to get a keg for that.
fuck. And I don't know. I mean, I'm flying, so I don't know if I'll bring my camera. But luckily, I got a brand
Oh,
new phone. My phone's like a really good camera, so I can do stuff with that. Figure that out.
hey, so funny story. I did go to the chiropractor today, and underneath my work shirt, I wore this. So when I went to the chiropractor, I was representing in the freaking official merch in the chiropractor office. Shout out to Jordan Hines, chiropractor in Santa Maria. Maybe the best person in all of Santa Maria. I might have found one of the better people in all of Santa Maria. Dr. Jordan Hines. He's such a good doctor. He called me to see how I was doing after he adjusted me and beat the fuck out of
Wow,
me. Yeah, yeah. Good
that's
fella.
awesome.
Really good fella. So I
Good
got to give
guy.
him a special shout out. I really enjoyed his visiting with. So yeah, but I think he might have been
Did he
tripped out
recognize
because
me? I was pretty. What happened?
he was every bit as big as me, except his arms were like 24 inches and mine were like minus 24. He took one look at me. I took
Shit.
one look at him. I was like, holy fuck, he's going to fuck me up.
Should have
But he
gotten
was
Billy
cool about
Blake
it.
to sign him to Vendetta Pro Wrestling.
He's former Cal Poly Mustang football player. So I
Oh
talked to him
wow.
pretty good. Yeah, I talked to him pretty good. He actually went and played football with my student Zach Powell same year. So
Oh,
I
okay,
talked to him
that's
pretty
cool.
good. Yeah. So
So he's younger.
like we kind of had some common ground and like we talk shop and super good dude.
You think you like chiropractors? I feel like I'd
Yes.
I'd be,
Yes.
I'd be scared to go.
Yes. Highly recommend it. I respect the chiropractics more than I respect the MDs. MDs are jackoffs.
Really?
They're just practicing their medicine on you. That's what they call it, practice. In terms of the chiropractors, what I believe in is your body is telling that chiropractor how to adjust it, and that guy's been to so much schooling and he's seen how the body just tells him what to do and he just does it. I think that's super cool. I really have a lot more respect for chiropractics than practicing medicinal doctors. So it was
Okay.
so funny. He asked me, "Is there anything like?" Because I've had this sciatica for the like. It came back, unfortunately. I've had it for about the last 3 weeks. Same thing that I had right before Christmas. And he asked me, "Is there anything that you do that makes it feel better?" And I said, "Yeah." And he's like jotting the shit down. They're writing. He's like, "So what do you do that makes it feel better?" I was like, "I drink 10 beers and take 10 Tylenol when I come home from work." He's like, "Oh, you can't do that for much longer, can you?" I was like, "I don't know, but that seems to make me feel better." He's like, "Well,
Did
after
you
you
tell him
leave
about
here tonight,
Tampa
maybe
Terry?
you'll start feeling better." What was that, Dan?
Did you tell him about Tampa Terry doing that? And
I
he
didn't
was
tell him
world
about
champion.
Tampa Terry. I didn't mention Tampa Terry. No,
Oh wow.
no. So did you get everything you had to get off your chest about Tucson
I mean,
and the low class citizens in Tucson, maybe on the same caliber as Santa Maria. Maybe
there's no way it's worse. It's like you know what it is. It's just you gotta love
it's
the outdoors, and then it's great. But think about if you love the outdoors and you're in Santa Maria, where the fuck are you gonna go? You go to Pismo Beach or you
Waller
get out
Park.
of town.
Waller
You don't
Park.
see. Where's the nice yeah? Where's the nice hike in Santa Maria? Go fuck
Over there
yourself.
across the 101 by Boomers in that big
Yeah,
ass ditch filled with homeless and fucking drug users and toothless fat women.
yeah. You go fucking get stabbed or something.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Robbed
talking
by a
about, right?
cactus. Huh?
You'd have instead of getting stabbed by a cactus, you get stabbed by a toothless fat Santa Maria sweat hog in the ditch down there,
Yeah, if you fall down while hiking in Santa Maria, you might end up with a hypodermic needle in your leg
as
instead of a
opposed to a
fucking
cactus needle.
cactus spur or whatever.
So
And then
basically, we're saying two
also
things.
Tucson had a T Rex at their one of their McDonald's, so it's already
Kind of,
better. Santa Maria.
what kind of T Rex?
There's just a T Rex statue outside.
Oh, it was a
And one of
statue.
the huh?
It's just a T Rex statue.
Yeah, just for like they said, it used to be like a dinosaur themed McDonald's. They removed the inside, but they kept the dinosaur. And then I don't know if what do you believe in dinosaurs? One of the people we were staying with was like, yeah, there have been protests about this T Rex because all the church people they don't believe in dinosaurs because they think fucking God wouldn't have created a dinosaur. They started with creating man and shit like that, stupid ass shit, and they think dinosaur bones are fake and all this bullshit. It's like
You do
pretty
know
pretty fucking. You think the world revolves around you, motherfucker?
You do know that Patrick wrote the original draft of Jurassic Park, right? You heard that.
Yeah,
You know about that, right? How Crichton
yeah,
stole it from him because he lawyered up
yep,
and you guys didn't have lawyers.
yeah. We didn't have that.
So I mean, yeah, I think there was dinosaurs. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Did you know the Matrix and Terminator? Matrix is a sequel to Terminator, and
No.
it's both of them are from a book. This black lady wrote, and I forget what it's called. But basically, it was like so Terminator. If you think about it, it makes sense too. Terminator, if the machines are starting to take over, their time travel and all this shit, and then when you get into eventually
Speaking of,
you get into like they're just inside your head all the time, or you're in the Matrix or whatever. And she won the lawsuit. She won like $1 billion from these fucks. But yeah, you got the book, Inner Excellence. How's it going? Is that working?
I've only read a few pages and I'm not quite. I haven't got really deep into it, but I'm sorry for interrupting. So she won the $1 million.
Like $1 billion or something, because it was from all the Terminators and the Matrix and all that shit. She sued and
Wow,
won.
that's incredible. Really?
So if we could write some cool shit that people steal, that's another way we can get out of this fucking monotony uh, poor hole that
Soul
I'm in.
soul crushing status quo.
Man, I'm so poor. Having a house, credit cards, fucking eye doctor visits, Costco visits. Can't be poorer than when you go do that shit. I went to Costco. I had $100 fucking gift card from getting a new phone. I was like, I'm only gonna spend $100. And I spent $237.
I'm about to say you
And
had
then
to get into three hundo.
this past week, a week ago, I went back after not being there for a couple weeks, maybe a month. I was like, I'm just gonna get enough so I don't have to go shop for food for a long time. I think I spent over $300 for sure. So I cannot. And then I keep going. And then we went to Tucson, and it's like I didn't bring enough food to eat in Tucson, so I got to eat out in Tucson. That was the best thing about Tucson. Holy shit, the food prices were. It was the cheapest food I've seen. I don't even. It was shocking. Like we went to a breakfast place. You got a full omelet and toast and hash brown and shit. It was like $11. And or like we went to this tiki bar, got two entrees, an appetizer, and like a huge tiki bowl. You know, the big ass bowl of drink, like crazy blue drink.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think it was like $60 for everything. And usually, like I get me and my lady each get an entree, and somehow it ends up being $60 alone. So we I think we got like like a whole huge appetizer, like two of them or something. I don't know. Food was cheap as fuck there, so it's one good thing.
Was it good though?
It was pretty good. It was decent. The food at the breakfast place that I said $11. It was basically Paula's Pancake House or some shit like that you get in Solvang, but it fucking sucked. I'll be honest.
I like Wallace. I like
I
the.
love Paula's. No, you get even if you get like an omelet or something at Paula's, it's fucking good.
Do
This
you know who I
place
like
that I
better
went
than
to,
Wallace?
Ellen's.
Yep.
I don't think I've
Most
been to
people go
Ellen's.
the other way around with it, but I like Ellen's. Don't get me wrong, I like Paula's too, but I just like I don't know. Ellen's
I like
was
the
good.
thin ass pancakes at Paula's, but I haven't been to Ellen's in a long, or maybe ever. So
Oh, you never been? Oh man,
maybe not.
we're gonna have to change that up, man.
I'm flying in Friday. I took a day off Friday, April 11th. I'm flying in like afternoon, and then
To
I'm
Santa
leaving.
Barbara?
No, so Southwest can go fuck themselves. They're charging. I don't know this big ass plane. Why they're using big ass planes for this shit? They fly like 3 times a day. It's like $200 each way, pretty much. It's some ridiculous price where it's like $400 to fly. Like Allegiant, when they will fly, it's under $100 round trip. and these fuckers in Southwest are really fucking everybody. So I looked around. I found San Luis Obispo, Alaska Airlines. It's like an $80 trip, so one way,
Do you need me
and
to
then
come pick
flying
you up?
back, huh?
Do you need me to go pick you up?
I need somebody to pick me up at Slow, and
What
if
time?
I, it's like I don't know. I have to look. It's like 2 or 3 p.m., something like that.
I might be able to
Supposedly,
go pick you up.
yeah, we'll see. I was getting I asked my mom can if nobody else can, and then or Little Bear, Little Bear. He said he might be able to, but if not, then my mom
What day are
will.
you going back? Sunday?
Then Sunday I'm flying back on Allegiant because that's only a $40 flight.
Where's
So I'm
that
doing
at?
two
At
different.
Santa Maria?
Yeah, Santa Maria. So I'm doing two different airlines, two different places, and it's fucking saving $300. And it's good I'm saving $300 after fucking today.
I hear you, brother.
Right. Lay it on me. I should have. See, that's the other thing. Once my lady was like, "Oh, I'm driving by myself to Tucson," I was like, I mean, she could do it, but I was like, all right, I'm off. I'm not going to fucking Pliny. I'm not going to spend the money to go do that. Because I would have had to fly Saturday, get picked up, and then fly back. It would have, and then to stand in line. I don't know if it would have been worth it for me, but I drank some beer anyway. So what? How did it go? How was the Pliny trip?
Well, first off, my apologies for your shitty weekend, and I feel like I kind of added to it by being as non-committal as I could be because I didn't really know until
Yeah, I was surprised because you wanted to do a podcast Friday night, and I was like, "Oh, wait a minute, wasn't he going
I
to
was
Pliny?"
going. I was going to go Friday, and Anthony told me at the last minute not to. He said, just come up. He just told me to come up Saturday. So I
Mm.
was like, because that's when his brother could meet us, Paul Perkins.
Oh,
So, so Saturday, I left first thing in the morning, Saturday morning, and I love Anthony's wife Chelsea, and I feel like I took away like a weekend from them. So I stopped at the Albertsons in Orchid and got her a nice Dow Chardonnay.
uh,
Compliments of Simone Eric recommended a Dow Chardonnay, and
nice.
I was like, and I got some of that new San Luis coffee that I like. You know, a good local coffee that I'll give you. I'll give you when you come over to the swamp. I got this
Okay,
just darn good coffee, just damn good coffee from San Luis coffee that I like.
is it whole beans?
It's already ground up.
Okay, try it. I
And,
like coffee, fancy
I
coffee.
like that. I like that one. That one's good. I'm gonna make you. I'm gonna make you next time you come. You don't have to get the traveler because I can make it in my Nespresso machine that I finally figured out how to use. So I
Ooh,
got that for them. So for me to go from my place to Anthony's and Salinas is like 3 hours. And like what I would normally have done, I would have just left from work and just got on the freeway, and it's still about 3 hours either way from the Built-in store,
yeah.
which I wish I was still at the Built-in store. Another story, but so it took three
Santa
hours. So I
Maria's
left.
closer though. Did you go from
No,
Santa
it's
Maria?
actually it's 2 miles further. I'm driving 2 miles. I'm driving 2 miles farther, but it takes me 5 less minutes because the 246 is fucked up.
Oh, okay.
And right here I can just get on the what is it, the one and then the 135. I can go 65 almost the whole way.
Okay.
And anyways, so I stopped at the orchid store and I got that stuff for them. 3 hour shot to Salinas. Got there at 10. Loaded up, unloaded. Then after he drove. So from his place to Windsor, 3 hours.
Okay.
So by the time we get there, it's 1:30 to the line in Windsor. We
Yeah.
went to the Windsor location this time.
Okay.
So I'm like looking. I was like, fuck, there's kind of a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I was like, dude, we've waited in this line before. We've done it before.
Yeah.
So long story short, Paul Perkins meets us there. Maybe so he's in the line with us. He says, hey, you guys want some beers? And we're like, yeah. Paul Perkins goes and buys us a 12-pack of freaking Pliny's of
Hell yeah.
the elder. And then he bought me a sweater. Fucking Paul Perkins bought me a damn Pliny. He said, every time you wear this, think of pee. I was like, oh, yeah, Will. He brought me a freaking sweater and Pliny's. So we're like in line, chilling, chilling, chilling some more. And then we get to the point where there's like, you can see the door. So
Oh,
that's when they take our name. And I was like, dude, maybe we're like going to get in like a half hour. They're like, what's the name? I was like, Perkins. How many's in the party? 3. So they just wrote that down. I was like, oh, all right, we're probably going to get in soon. They're like, do you care where you sit? I was like, no. 2 hours later go by and we're still out there waiting. So finally, there's like 60 people to go in. And we're like, and it's like 7:30 by this point. I was like, fuck,
yeah.
dude. The kitchen's
Really
going to shut
close.
down. And I'm like, dude, I haven't eaten anything all fucking day. And I drank like 4 Pliny's. And I'm like, fuck, dude. My my mouth normally would have been like only like savoring the younger. But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna turn Paul Perkins down.
Nah,
So
you
finally,
can't.
so there's like 60 people in front of us. They're like, is Perkins here? Is Perkins still here? We're like, yeah. Dude, they fucking took us in front of like
Wow,
60 other people.
that's
Maybe
awesome.
40. Maybe 40. So then we get a seat at the bar. We're sitting at the bar. So you know me. Well, you used to know me. So I start talking to like the bartender like normal. Like I was just like making like conversation. I was conversating. So I asked the dude, I was like, hey, was that like the normal wait? And he asked me, how long did you wait? I was like, we were in the line for about 6.5 hours. He's like, Saturday has been the worst day. He's like, any other day, it would have been 1 to 3 hour wait, just depending on when you hit it. He's like, today was the worst day. So it's
Fuck,
like
that sucks.
the good thing about it is now it's like because before when you go in, they only was gonna let you stay for 90 minutes.
Mhm.
Because we hit it like the kitchen was closing at 8:30, we got in at 7:30. It's like you guys can stay as long as you want at this point.
Oh,
So same principles apply. They give you your wristband
yeah.
with your 3. With I still have the wristband when me and you went.
Hmm.
Do you still have yours? You probably do.
Right,
But
somewhere, but I don't know where it is.
so we get they give you 3 bottles this time.
Oh, okay. We had
So
3 classes, and then I don't know if could we.
yeah,
I
you
don't
got
think.
3 glasses. And did you ever go and they gave you the bottles?
I
They
don't
didn't
know.
bottle it when me and you went the legendary time
Yeah, I don't think they
where the
bottled it.
podcasters. They
But
didn't
that was
bottle it
before
there.
we were getting Pliny's like on the regular, so it was like, oh,
Correct.
we're getting everything.
Correct. That is correct. So like I got the 3 bottles. Ah, bro. It was like a fucking $450 trip. And Paul Perkins bought me a freaking sweater. I was like $500 of fucking supplementing their economy over there.
See, that's
Because then they
that's why
filled up.
my
I got growlers. I got 2 growlers filled for what I don't know what we're gonna call it. Swampster. I got
yeah
2 growlers. I
second
got
coming.
some. I got some hot trip double dry hopped Pliny in a can, and I got a couple other ones that we can try.
Okay,
And then merch, stickers, bullshit.
yeah, the usual.
Yeah,
That's
usual.
awesome.
And I keep telling myself, I'm not doing this again. I'm not going to do this again. I'm not going to do
It's a
this again.
lot. I mean,
It is a
when I
lie.
found out I could fly in, that's like, oh, that's saves 6 hours of travel, so great. But yeah, I don't know.
So we leave. We leave. It's probably close to. I don't even know what time we left, but we did. We got back. It was like 1 in the morning back to Salinas. And Anthony asked me, he's like, "Are you gonna go home?" And by then, I sobered up in the car ride.
Yeah,
He's like, "Do you want to?" And I didn't want to be like a burden because I felt like I already stole that day from him and his wife, and I was like,
yeah,
and I know he didn't feel that way, and I'm sure she wouldn't have, but it's like just like a matter of principle to me. I was like, I was good enough to get home, And then I was like, yeah, I'm good. I had a Red Bull in the car. He's like, you want an energy drink? No, I got a Red Bull. So then, like, I'm so good. In the daytime, I could navigate and get to his place like really simple. But it was dark and I fucking missed a turn. I
uh,
missed a turn and I'm like fucking kind of lost, but not really lost. So I get my phone out and I'm like holding my phone and I'm driving. And then there's a police officer behind me and I was like, oh my God, this is fucked up. But for whatever reason, like God blessed me and didn't like the police officer went a different direction. I got onto the 101 and I got home at like 4 in the morning. It was
fuck,
like
that's
crazy.
rough.
I left at 7 and I got home at 4. Great trip. Fucking great trip.
It can't
Yeah,
not be great when you have some fucking younger.
youngers. So I have youngers for the pack.
Ooh, that'll be
I have
way
3 of
fun.
them. I have 3 of them. And and we got to start probably getting some ribeyes up for that baby shower for man. I don't know. We got to do something big because we're gonna watch the UFC, and I'm sure you'll come
Yeah,
and Dan will come and Ramiro will probably come. Probably
maybe
Eric.
I'll
Maybe
make
Eric will know some of the people there. Eric will
yeah
know everybody there.
maybe I'll make peanut butter pie.
I mean, it's an option.
Yeah,
There's yeah. So you know who fucking stooged me off a little bit with my UFC plug? Fucking Etori. So I gave him one of those sweaters that you gave me.
hmm
And this motherfucker acts like it's the fucking Eagles Super Bowl sweater. He wears that fucking thing all the time. So then finally somebody asked him, they're like, hey, where'd you get that from? And they said, oh, Chris Adams. And they're like, Chris Adams? He's like, yeah, he has a plug. And they just kind of left it at that. And I was like, don't be fucking, the fuck's your problem? Don't be fucking saying we got a
well,
plug, you jackass.
rat me out. I don't have that. Like, I can take a thing here or there, but I can't be just supplying the world. And it's stuff I was gonna use and I didn't. So
Yeah, a plug.
I don't
I
know.
didn't appreciate that,
Yeah, that's not cool.
fucker.
Whatever. He might be
So
banned.
we'll have to have a
Well,
talk with him at Swamp's Easter.
yeah, nah, no, it's all right. Whatever.
So if you can, will you grab me like a baby thing?
I'll see, but it's like one of these things where it's like I don't know if they can sell it anymore. Even it's just on a shelf that's not in my area. I'm like,
No.
what is like? I could ask, and then yeah, if they sell it, then I'll be like, yeah, here's how much it would be because I do get an employee discount to buy things, but it just depends
Do you,
if they'll
do
sell
you
it.
think? Do you
Sometimes
think?
there's stuff they can't sell anymore. It's just like, well, why is it here? And I'm like, oh, I don't know.
We're gonna make. I'm planning to make a good gesture for my good friend Manny. Manny's one of the ones that was the one that helped me when it was time for me to get promoted. That was the guy that helped me the most out. So I always had a really really good relationship with him, and still to this day, still do.
Yeah,
So he always comes. He's like one of the always for the UFCs ever since we've been watching him over here for like at least 2 years. Like we watch him pretty regularly.
yeah,
Like once a month, we'll get the Donkey Crew gets together. But if we
oh yeah.
combine the Donkey Crew and the Wolf Pack,
Fuck.
what would you think would be like, dude? That would be like 10 steaks. I don't know if I could do 10. You'd have to do them in spurts, huh?
What do you mean 10 states?
For I think there'd be like 10 people here for that
Oh, steaks. I was like, what are you talking? Yeah, that's a lot. I don't know. Maybe you got to do like burgers,
catering.
something more
Panda,
manageable,
like the couple
cheese
Panda family packs.
or cheesesteaks or something. Then you could just make all the fucking. You can make all
Oh,
the meat, and then you can make it'd be like, oh, come and make your own.
that's a good idea, bro. Just do the cheesesteaks again.
Yeah. See, that's what really makes me mad about this $300. It's like I could have gone and spent $300 at the on Pliny. I could have spent
Yeah, but you're
a
gonna
hundred.
get some of that. You're gonna get some of that Pliny benefit without the fucking
I know,
hassle.
but I could have bought a fucking Blackstone grill, flat grill like you have, but one of those
Hey,
fucking Blackstone ones.
do
Just
you
done it
want
on that.
one? Hey,
What?
because we got them at the Santa Maria store. Right now they're 299, and I'm like 105% sure come September they're gonna go 75% off, and I'll grab you one.
Oh yeah, grab me one. Are they like
Kind
a
of
stand-up one, or is it like the little
28
tabletop?
incher at
Oh,
the
it's
tabletop.
not on.
I'll send you a picture. I'll send you a picture tomorrow.
I mean, either
They're-
way, then I won't sell that fucking propane tank I bought when I bought that gas, the natural
I'll,
gas.
I'll
On
send
that,
you. I'll send you pictures. I'm like 105% sure
yeah.
come September. You know the story how I got that one, right? It was on clearance, and I went up to Napomo and picked it up at the Napomo
Oh,
store.
okay.
But
Is
that
it?
one's not a black. That one's not Blackstone though.
I thought you just had a thing to put over your Weber, but you have an actual like side grill thing. I forget.
The Weber or the Flatiron.
I thought you had a flat iron that fit over your Weber. You were
Oh
talking
no
about it.
no no! I have a second grill.
Oh,
I wish I
okay.
did. No,
Yeah.
but the Flatiron's not bad. The Flatiron's not
Yeah,
bad.
I think that's all I need. Like, I don't. I feel like I'd do more on that. Like, I'd be cooking eggs and fucking pancakes.
Pancakes,
Yeah,
eggs, waffle. I mean bacon.
and I have an electric one that you just plug in, and it like, but it's I don't know. It's not 28 inches, way bigger, right?
Yeah, I'll send you pictures. It's in the box. I don't know how you get it back. You'd have to take the Subaru. Nah, I got it. I mean, I got the one in the box in the back of the Lexus. So I mean,
Yeah,
the
it'll. I'm
Subaru.
not worried about transporting it back. I'll get it back. I'm sure, but
I'll send
just
you. I'll send you pictures tomorrow.
okay.
There's a 22 and a 28.
Nice.
And like I said, I'm pretty sure they're not going to sell it in the Santa Maria store. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure. I could be wrong. I could be. I don't think I will be.
Ah, I think
But
you're
if those go
right.
75% off, you get that thing, it'd be like 75 bucks.
Yeah, that's worth it. And after I can't afford it after my
And it's a
truck.
Blackstone. See, the one I have is not a Blackstone, but it's good. I
Yeah,
haven't
I
had any.
mean, it should. They're all everything's okay. Some, not everything's a Weber, you know.
That's hey. So maybe you were onto it. Maybe that's Philly cheesesteak night. The freaking
Yeah, that could be a good option. We haven't tried that, and it's. I mean, then you have enough. You could
that I
cook
could
over.
cook the shit out of that. Yeah, do some onions, some grilled onions, saute the meat, some peppers.
Did you guys decide anything for Mania? That's a new topic.
I was
Not
going to talk to
really.
your brother. I wanted to talk to your brother, but Eric Eric volunteered to host one of the nights,
You could do the
and he
contract
did
signing at Eric's at least.
a really good job. Eric did a really good job,
Dang, I
and
missed out.
I'm sure Patrick wouldn't mind hosting the other one. Look at me trying to
Yeah.
weasel out of it. I'm trying to weasel out now. I don't know if Patrick says he doesn't want to do it. I mean, I'll still do it, but it's like I like going
No,
to
I
Patrick's.
bet he will. I bet he will if Eric does one and he does the other. He probably likes in some ways. Then he doesn't have to drive home after.
He
You
doesn't
know?
have to go up here.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, just sucks. Sucks I won't be going, but I got all this shit. I got stuff I'm going to already, so I'm like, can't really back
Any
out.
any update on the extra front?
Oh, no, I haven't. I doubt that's. They got so many of those fucking ID people. And then just probably local guys they've used before, and they're like they used me like twice in the past, or they're like once in the past, like that was like 2018 or something. They probably don't wouldn't remember me. Like I didn't do anything that weekend.
You're a Vince McMahon guy.
Yeah, yeah, that might be. Yeah, that's why, because I was shaking hands with Ric Flair. He banned from the company right now, and or
But you
whatever.
kind of indirectly work with for the company too.
I put that in the application this time. I was like, Team TKO. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, being an extra kind of sucks anyway. It's like you like when you're young, it's probably cool. Like when I was young, I was like, oh, this is crazy. But now it's just like I don't even know if they'd have it set up. You're just kind of like waiting. Like, do you guys need me? Anytime somebody walks in the room, you're just like waiting for them to go, oh, we need you right now. So if they use you, I bet it's fun. I only did the extra work twice, They didn't use this either time, and if they use you on camera, you get more money, and then you're part of the show. It's cool, but I bet. I mean, unless they're doing some grand entrance with like 100 dudes, I bet I wouldn't be used. And because like I don't know, like you got to think of a like what situation have they done that with WrestleMania? Like they did like John Cena did a big entrance, and CM Punk was part of it that one time. And it, but like then in that situation, they weren't using extras necessarily. They were using guys they had signed that like it's an all hands on deck deal. So like not they probably need the least amount of extras for that time than like unless they're doing some grand fucking 100-person entrance, you know. So I don't know, but I don't know how it works. I'm not. Maybe I'll just make. I'm trying. I think it's a better way to just make friends with somebody that's already there and then get in that way. You're gonna do it, but I don't know.
Do you have any
So
thoughts on what the favor that Paul Heyman owes CM Punk's going to end up being? Thoughts on that?
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it that much or heard. What do you think? Do you have an idea?
That maybe they just take Seth Rollins out and they have a one-on-one match, or I don't know. No,
Like
I don't have any
like
thoughts. It's
for
going to be
Heyman?
something clever.
I bet it's a thing where. Wait, is it? It's Punk's. Heyman owes Punk a favor.
Correct.
Okay, so it's probably uh maybe it could be. Here's some I'm just throwing out. Maybe it's he's got to help him win the title. However, you know, something like that,
Yeah.
or get to a title shot because it's a number one contender match, right? Is kind of the
I don't.
thing.
I don't know. That I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
I haven't kept up either, but I've
It's the
just been
main
watching.
event, though. It's going to be a main event on
Somebody
one of the
online
nights.
somebody online said this guy's usually pretty accurate with some things, but others make don't ever pan out. But he was saying, "Oh, like trust him on this one," or he's the first one to say it, and like then people will be claiming they did. But that Punk wins the first night, and then the second night he wins a title at WrestleMania or the title or something like that. Which I'm like, how would they even set that up? There's no like Money in the Bank or like it's not. So like unless they add something to it, if they add something to it in the next couple weeks, where it's like you can it's basically you have a cash in or you have this or that, then it's like okay. But I don't. Yeah, I don't get. Maybe this guy
So that
saying that was just like a throwaway, like he's making fun of something, and I didn't get the reference. But it was like, oh, okay, that it kind of makes sense. But it also like to me, Punk hasn't been like he's over and shit, but he's not their focus, and he's not like why would they make him champion at this point unless it was like a quick run? They got and like with who would he beat like Jay or Gunther or something? I don't know. It wouldn't make sense
so
for him to be involved with the Cena Cody thing necessarily. I don't know.
so do you see that triple threat is going to be the main event of Saturday night WrestleMania,
That's what they said, so supposed to.
and then Cody and Cena's going to be the main event of Sunday WrestleMania?
Yeah, that's kind of what everybody has said. But who knows?
So
I mean, we got a couple weeks and they could change shit, and then I don't know. Who knows what could happen? Somebody could tear a
Yeet,
tricep.
Yeet Man could be the freaking opening match of WrestleMania then?
Oh yeah, you never. Yeah, they that would make sense because they do that shit with like the next biggest match is the opener sometimes. But
He's probably going to win,
the,
right?
you would think, but like if he doesn't, then it's yeah. If he doesn't, it kind of kills him. I think
It
knocks him
really
down.
kills him.
Yeah, and if he does, because he's been booked like a geek, kind of like he can't save his brother. You see the thing with he's like getting his brother choked out
No,
last night, and you didn't see that.
I did not.
Oh, there's a clip like was basically Gunther faced
The
Jimmy,
brother.
and he beat him, and then Jay came down to help his brother after he got beat, and then Gunther like zip tied Jay to the like ropes,
Snipped.
and then Jimmy he just beat the shit out. He bloodied him up, and he was choking him, and he's like licking the blood up and shit. Like it was pretty gruesome. It was like a heavy heat angle. So it if Jay doesn't win, it's like what are they turning him? Like what the fuck? So he's got to win. But then yeah, it just depends what they're doing with Punk or like to me, Punk, Roman, and Seth. Of those three, the next challenger, if would would make sense to be if you're doing like to if you're the next show isn't going to be the biggest show, right? The next big show is like SummerSlam, so you do like Punk versus whoever, and then save Roman versus Cody or Roman versus Cena for SummerSlam if you're going to do that, or do a rematch for Cody and Cena or
Are they going
whatever
to
it
try
is.
to get to Cena and Punk?
Yeah, I feel like it's like Cena's last year, so they'll do some shit like that where it'll be like, we'll do a feud with those two. We'll do it'll only be big programs with Cena. I don't think he's doing like he's gonna bring in fucking like put over a new guy maybe at the very end, but like I think he's gonna do all the big programs for a while. He's gonna do Cody, maybe a fucking Punk and a Roman, and
Rock.
then maybe Rock at the end, and then
How about
maybe put a
Randy?
guy over. I don't know.
What about Randy?
I don't think they need to unless they like he's requesting that. And that
That makes
yeah,
sense.
like what's up with Randy? Randy's got is Randy on Raw or SmackDown? I don't even know.
No clue.
Yeah, but then Randy could be the next Gunther challenger or whatever. Wasn't he kind of or Jay or whatever? I don't fucking know.
It just sucks because I don't get to watch Monday Night Raw anymore.
Well, I
That's like
gave you the
hard.
code. You can get on the Netflix.
But
We
then
barely
you
use
gotta
it.
enter the password, and then you gotta get the permission. It's just like,
Is
is
it
there
every
like a,
time they have to be for permission?
yeah?
You gotta you gotta. Isn't there a thing to click like save remember me or something?
I just click I'm traveling.
Oh,
Is there like a cheap like what's the cheapest one you can get? 13.99.
there used to be like a $8 one, but you got to watch a lot of ads or something. But yeah, you should. I don't know. You should just check if there's another way to click like this is my other residence or some shit because we don't. I don't think anybody else uses it besides me and I was my wife, and it's just here, and I don't know.
It would
So
suck because that would be like pretty much all I would use it for, just to watch Monday Night Raw. So
we don't even. That's the only reason I kept it. We were gonna get rid of it, and then now we don't even. I barely even watch it on there. So
hey,
I
so
don't
do
know.
you first see the Peacock losing the network to Netflix?
Yeah, it seems like that's what's gonna happen because they're already putting so much shit on that WWE Vault on YouTube, and it's like, oh, why would they be doing this? They're kind of like cannibalizing the Peacock a little bit in some ways. It's not exactly the same thing as putting every event up, but they're putting a lot of shit up WWE YouTube. So the I think the deal comes up for that like not
What was
fairly
that, a
soon,
5 year deal?
something like
Peacock?
that. It would make sense to have it all in one spot. Like if Netflix that was part of the deal, they're gonna like get them the network stuff too and the pay per views, and then
So
they
if,
could
if
start.
Netflix, if they got the network, do you think the network would be like it was originally? Or you just can't have it like that, like they originally had the network?
There's two. They can only put so much shit on Netflix. That's why I think that's why they haven't. They get rid of shit. They don't just keep shit up forever. They only have so many things at one time, and I mean it might be going back to yeah, like not being able to just watch a show all the time like you used to be able to.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then Netflix wants to do live shit, so like they're already doing it with that. And then I think they're gonna it's gonna become a cable company where they go,
No,
oh,
it's
if you
their
want to
avenue
watch
to get the
pay per
NFL.
view, you got to pay the extra $5 a month, or every time you want to watch this certain thing, or you can pay for it the one time, but it's this extra fee. So that it's a cycle. They're just come
We,
turning back into fucking Cox cable.
we've talked about this before. This is just their trial to see if this works, so they can get the NFL.
Yeah,
That's
that too. There's
that's
well,
how I feel.
I heard they're doing 3 games on Christmas next year, and it's going to be Netflix and Amazon. Last year they did 2, right?
Yes.
So now it's going to be 3, and it's going to be on Netflix and Amazon. So
So to the best of your knowledge, has there been any issues with Netflix having Raw on live?
I've heard that the ratings are were kind of like, you'd think, oh, okay, like the whole reason they wanted them on there is because they uh they were gonna get good ratings and like bring ad revenue to this service or whatever. But apparently, I I heard they're down in a lot of, like, compared to how it used to be on USA. They're down in viewership because it's a pay thing. Out of not as many, like, a lot of people have it worldwide, but overall it's not as easily accessible as the like having a USA network or whatever, or the viewership, like, it's not as good as like the deal make sense for. So like, I don't know if it's like they're betting on it's a long term, like it'll keep growing, or they're happy with the numbers, but the deal doesn't make sense for the numbers they're getting, is what I've heard. And they won't release the actual numbers, but they tout like, oh well, like this many viewers, or that many, like, people watched, but like the numbers apparently don't make sense unless people watched on, like, not live. So like the whole point was to get it live. So I don't know. Who knows if the
So
deal
is
will
that another
pan
thing?
out?
So like I used to love to watch Raw at five. You he, as an adult, I could once I owned my own house, I could watch it at five o'clock because I had direct, and then later on I had the setup that I have now. You can watch it at 5, and before that you could watch it at 8:57. So
Yeah,
like live, or what they touted as a taped
yeah,
live show. But now, could you just go watch Raw on Tuesday?
yeah. You can watch it anytime. But and like also they've been in Europe the past few weeks, and like yesterday, for example, the show started at like 3 p.m. So to be live, so you could watch it at 3 p.m. because they're like, I don't know, what, 6 hours ahead in England, or some shit like that,
Yeah,
or
whatever they
whatever
are.
it was. So you could watch it. You can watch it live no matter where it is. They'll just, like, because they don't have to fit into some network, so they just play it live from wherever they are. Like a few weeks ago, they did it live, and it was on at like 1 p.m. or noon. So
Really?
they've just been doing that. But then, yeah, it's available anytime you want to watch. And if I think you can, if you're not watching live, you can skip the commercials. So if you
Okay.
wait till it's up, like tomorrow, today, or whatever.
So long story short, without me doing the research, there's a package anywhere between $8 and $20, right?
I think so. Yeah, let me get to live Google. Um,
Important show research.
This Netflix, yeah, cheapest Netflix plan, $7.99. It's the standard ads tier, and it's basic with ads, and it's lower def, but whatever. And it
Lower
goes
depth.
up, lower definition. I mean, yeah. So that's like 720p apparently. I don't know if this is new or not, but yeah, it says the basic is 6.99 with 720p. Basic is nine ninety
And that
nine.
allows So that would allow you to get raw?
Yeah, the 7.99 or whatever. Yeah, 7.99 is standard with ads. Standard is 17.99, and premium is 24.99.
Hey, did I ever tell you my dentist story?
Oh no,
So
maybe. Yeah, you
this is
did. I think.
about the flossing.
Yeah, yeah. You tell it.
Should I share this
Yeah,
story?
yeah. Tell it again because I. It's a favorite of the
So
podcast.
I went to I go to the dentist and I hate the fucking dentist as well. Not the dentist like personally, just like the fact of going to the dentist. Because if you think the damn bill you get for anything else is extravagant, the dental one you're not even there for an hour, and the dental bill's like $400. But for whatever reason, I knock on wood have never had to pay the dental bill. The insurance I've had has always covered a dental bill.
Yeah.
Because fortunately, I've blessed with good dental. Like I have good teeth. Apparently,
Hmm.
my favorite dentist of all time, Doctor Thiel. Shout out Bill. Uh, he told me once. He said if he had more patients like me, he'd be on welfare. Because all I ever got was a freaking teeth cleaning. But anyway, so I'm at the dentist, and I comment down below if you like to floss. I don't. But the running story was there's like they told me the one of the last times I was there. It was the last time I was there. The last time I was at the dentist in
Yeah.
December,
Yeah. You
they
told
says,
this
"Hey,
right
you need to floss a little more regularly." And I was like, "I no." They asked me, "Do you floss regularly?" I was like, "Yeah, I do." They're like, "Well, no, you really don't. You need to start flossing more regularly." I was like, "I floss every day after Monday Night Wrestling." And then they're like, "What did you say?" He says, "I
every
floss
month.
every day after I watch Monday Night Wrestling. That's my thing." So then the dentist is just like kind of like giggling and laughing, and he's like, "Well, maybe you need to floss after Monday Night Wrestling and Friday Night Wrestling." Then I was like,
That's
"Okay."
funny. That's
So
pretty good.
I haven't seen Monday Night Wrestling since December, so you know what that means,
Oh
Doctor
no.
Heath. I haven't flossed. Spoiler: I haven't flossed since late December.
Fuck, that's a long time. Damn. Goddamn,
No
pal.
floss, no
I have
flossing.
I know several people that are just like, I don't floss, like you don't need to. Like, I don't know, man. I floss religious, like that's the only thing I do religiously is floss. I floss at work.
After Monday Night Wrestling, or just more than Monday Night Wrestling?
No, I do it because it's not about like being good. It's about like it drives me crazy to
Consistent.
have. Right now, there's something stuck in my teeth from, and I just fucking hate it. And I gotta go floss after this. I do it like 3 times a day, possibly, pretty
Maybe you
much
should
every
do a
day.
flossing lesson.
I I don't do it right. I just like jam it up there as hard as I can, and then jam it. And like I don't do like them where they're like they like do the do it that way, do it this way. I just go like and like if I haven't done it in a while for some reason or something's up, my gums will bleed hard because I'm just like ripping it up in there. And then sometimes I'm like pulling it out and it like cuts my lip because the floss, it's basically a deadly weapon if you wrapped it around somebody's neck. But
Hey,
yeah, sometimes I get a little
this is a great short apostle on flossing.
yeah, it's violent and like once in a while I'll just be like busy or like if I was when I was busy with work or school or something, I would kind of slack on the tooth. Like I only ever had one cavity, which I feel like it's bullshit, and the guy was trying to get out of welfare by charging me extra or my insurance company. But otherwise, I'd never had any cavities, and I feel like once in a while they'll be like, "Oh, you got some like fours or something, or like the bad number, it's getting bad in your gum line," or they'll say, "Oh, we need to." One of the times they're like, "We need to do this thing where it's like basically blast your gums with heat to like get rid of the bacteria or this or that you're kind of starting to develop. It's an extra $100," and I was like, I'll brush better." And then I came back the next time. They're like, "You did it. You did the Aquafresh better. So, you know, gotta just be more diligent.
Shout out to Aquafresh.
It's pretty good. I usually do Crest, but I've
Hey,
I've tried Aquafresh. I'm not mad at that. That's a good
I'm an
brand.
Aquafresh guy. I
Oh
told
yeah.
Dr. Heath that. He wanted to know what I do. He was like taking like a dental survey. I mean, I was like, well, I use Aquafresh. He said, what did you say? I said, I use Aquafresh. He's like, that's not prescribed by the ADA. I was like, that's probably why it works better. You fucking kooky guys.
Oh, did you hear
He's
this
like,
shit? Speaking of dental
what shit?
health, fucking Utah's taking the fluoride out of their water.
That
Heard
just
about
doesn't seem like a good idea.
that? It's because of that fucking the health guy, the Kennedy health guy. He thinks fluoride's he's one of my neighbors are like that too a little bit. They think vaccines are bad and all this shit, and the fluoride's
For
giving them
all
a
these
brain.
years that people have gone to Utah and had fluoride in their water and nothing bad has happened, now they're going to take the fluoride out of the water.
These are the same pussies that make 2% beer, so I don't know what the fuck we're doing in life.
Yeah, yeah.
Another reason not to go to Utah. You go fuck themselves. I went to Salt Lake before. I don't need to go back. There's a lot of cool looking buildings. That's about it. Fucking strip. Did I tell you about the strip club on here before in Salt Lake?
No.
I'm pretty sure I've talked about this, but
When did you go to Salt? No, I didn't even know you went to
my ex
Salt Lake.
my ex's parents were fucking Mormon, but she was not a. She was like she's against it because more like what more is there to say? Mormons are fucking nuts. They're like these weird people where they're like very like the nicest people you ever met to your face, and then apparently behind the scenes they were kind of like fucked up and doing crazy, like just being insane and like like anybody else, but like people that suppress their feelings and urges in front of people, but then behind closed doors they just fucking go nuts doing whatever. I don't know everything, but it sounded like they were fucking nuts. So anyway, the ex went to we were just living in Lompoc being poor, and then the ex was I forget what. Well, I don't know if she was living with me at the time, but maybe this is before she started living with me. So she was like, I need to get a degree in something. My parents will pay for the school, but only if I go to a Mormon college in Salt Lake. And we were I think we
BYU.
were kind of on the rocks at the time. So I was like, she went, and then we were still dating. I flew out one time and just hung out, and we were just looking for weird shit to do. There's not really much to do there either. The beer, and you buy the beer at the store, it's like 2% instead of 4. And so then we looked, and there was like a strip club down the road. We're like, let's go to the strip club. Which with this lady, she was. I mean, I should have known that was like some kind of trap or something, because she was like the jealous type anyway. But anyway, we went to this. There's a strip club like not far from the Mormon Community College or the main college, and we go in, and it's a very weird setup. Like it's like you walk in, and like the bar, there's like a bar that'll serve like I don't even think they serve real drinks. It was just like sodas. But then there was like the stage was like throughout there might have been a stage over here and a stage over there, but then there were like stages through the whole thing, so like you're walking in and there's like kind of like go-go dancers in the middle, and then there's a fucking glass panel and like a shower, and we were like, what the fuck is that? So then I think she or I asked like the waitress, they're like, what's going on with the thing over there? And they're like, well, I mean, we can have a strip club, but we can't do lap dances. Those are illegal here. So instead, we do a shower show, and the girl gets in this shower that, I mean, you everybody can see it kind of, but it like if you pay for it, you can be the one in front of the shower, this glass panel, and then the bitch showers in front of you. And that's the instead of a lap dance, you watch this lady shower. And I was like, wow, man, this is cool. And then one of the strippers apparently looked in my direction, and then my lady was, she at the time was not happy. Not that, not, and I don't even think she looked at me. I think it was just, I was just like, oh yeah, I'm with this crazy bitch. Like, I don't need to, I shouldn't have come to this strip club. What am I doing? But it was fucking Salt Lake City, Utah, and there's not shit going on besides a jazz game that I didn't want to go to. So that's about it.
And with that, folks, I think we're going to wrap up tonight's episode.
Probably should.
Strip
I
club.
got to edit. I'm gonna put some more effort into editing this better. Uh, it'll
Yeah,
talk to
there's
like
some.
this wave room. It does this thing where it does a summary of what we talked about from AI, and if
No
you like,
way.
I put that in. Go back and read last episode's description, and it's like it's an AI description of what happened in the episode.
No
And
fucking way.
yeah, go look, and I'm gonna do it for this one too if it uploads properly. You know how wave room is; it's a finicky
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But,
Okay,
okay.
what do Fuck you, Robbie.
Thank you.
Fuck you, Robbie. 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 Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, Robbie. Fuck you, fuck you. Fuck you, Robbie. Fuck you, Robbie.